this new EuroLeague campaign. But it's a group that, as you heard Coach Katash and Lonnie Walker say, well, not only we've got plenty of new faces in the house, we've got a lot of players that are completely new to the EuroLeague. Like that man just went through there, Jeff Doughton, followed by TJ Leaf, Tamir Black. They will look to him to work his magic. Coach Katash in the backcourt. Lots and lots of questions for Maccabi. A lot of those questions being asked by Coach Katash himself as well. He did admit we haven't had that many practices together, but that applies pretty much to every team in the EuroLeague as well, with the Eurobasket finishing late into what would have been pre-season. None of these teams have really been together for as long as they would like, so in that sense it's a level playing field. Anadolu Efes Istanbul will also have 2 or 3 new faces to EuroLeague play, the likes of Cole Swiner and Brice Desert, the young French centre. Kai Jones, the centre from the Bahamas, who's played a lot of college and NBA basketball. And until you see these guys in this league, you just never know how they're going to fit. Some guys just walk in and they've been playing it seems forever. Others, they never quite gel and settle. But on paper, as I say, a lot of people have looked at this roster that Igor Kokoskov has put together and gone, wow, there's some talent here. You've seen Shane Larkin go out. He's going to be followed by the returning Shemus Hazer, one-time Fenerbahce man. There's Jordan Lloyd, who only joined 10 days ago. Had a brief run through Maccabi at the start of last season, played a couple of games before moving on. Georgios Papagiannis, the big centre. If it's blocks you want, that's your guy. Roland Smits coming through, another very proven EuroLeague player. Ercan Osmani, already talked about him and what he brings. Erkan Yilmaz, the one-time Turk Telekom Ankara player, is another guy that's played at this level. Strong defensive player. And there's Kai Jones, one of the new faces to the EuroLeague for Igor Kokoskov's squad. Well, the starters, it's Jimmy Clark and Tamir Black, the creative playmaker in the backcourt. Jalen Horde, Roman Sorkin and O'Shea Brissett. The starting 5 here for Oded Katash. Clark, who had a handful of games in the EuroLeague last year after being picked out of the Israeli league, really had gone under the radar and is an interesting player, got a big upside. It's Shane Larkin, all offense, Nick Weiler-Babb, all defense, Azia Cordinier, Ercan Osmani, and a debut right off the get-go here for Kai Jones as a starter. Well, there's been so much talk, so much speculation. Now, this is what we've been waiting for and what we've been looking forward to. Time for the talking to end and the players to make their own statements. Our officiating crew in the house, of course. There will be a moment of silence ahead of the tip. Damir Javor is today's crew chief, a very experienced crew chief as well. Well, anytime you get the thumbs up ahead of game, that's good news. Well, which one of these two teams can hit the ground running? What goes through the mind of a player like Cole Swiner going into this environment for the first time? Such problems for Nick Weiler-Babb, who had all those good years with Bayern Munich in Germany before coming over here in July. And that's the thing, you look at this group and you think, oh, he can play, oh, he can play. Right down the line. Efes has gone for proven EuroLeague experience in the main. For Maccabi, well, there's that sense of the unknown with the likes of Doughton, Leaf, Brissett, Marcio Santos, the young Brazilian center as well. If they bring it right from the get-go, Maccabi could have a very good season indeed. As I mentioned, there will be a moment of silence for the passing of Giorgio Armani. A man who absolutely loved his basketball. Well, won't be the same without him. Loving the new look Anadolu Efes strip. The traditional blue with that classy little white stripe there. Looking good. Maccabi, of course, in their traditional yellow, so player identification will not be a problem today. A new season underway then at the Maratza, and it's Kai Jones who wins the tip, and the first possession is with Anadolu Efes Istanbul. While Bab will send it to Cordinier. Cordinier wondering where he's going to go. He'll find Larkin. Larkin drives through, hangs it high. And welcome to the EuroLeague for Kai Jones of the University of Texas. With the flush. Here's Jalen Horde now. Gives it back to Tamir Blatt, who dishes out assists for fun. He slips over, coughs it up as well. Cordinier says, if you don't want it, I'll take it. Now has to slow down. As Maccabi get their defense back in place. Still has it here. Nice bounce pass through. Larkin takes a three on. It's in and out. Collected by Cordinier. Big offensive rebound right off the bat here. He'll send it low post here for Osmani. Osmani with Horde for company. Turns, spins, brings out the flipper. See you later. Strong start this. Anadolu Efes Istanbul go 2 for 2. Maccabi cough one up on their first possession. Here's Jimmy Clark. He'll send it back to Blatt. Blatt with the bounce pass. Solkin drives through, draws a foul. Cordinier says, what, me? The referee says, yes, you. And that's what I said about Roman Solkin. He'll never jump out and dominate a stat sheet, but he does everything well. Offense, defense, a very good free throw shooter as well, Solkin. For his career averaging just shy of 92%. And that was never in doubt, was it? So the and one tacked on by Solkin to trim the deficit to just 1 point. Cordinier, part of that quartet of Frenchmen, although Poirier, as I say, will be out at least until 2026. And we wish him well in his recovery. We miss him. He's a fun player to watch. Here's Weiler Bab taking one on from a mile away and saying, hey, I might have been last year's best defender in the EuroLeague, but I can drop some threes if need be as well. Sorkin at the other end draws a double team. Jones is there. And Jones will pick up the first foul of his EuroLeague career. Osmani checks out. Oh, just a little nudge there. And then they go with Brissett. Brissett, the Canadian, opens up his EuroLeague account as well. Shea Brissett from the University of Syracuse, an NBA champion with the Celtics, of course. Cordinier taking it all on his own and finishing with a lovely layup. Cordinier with an impressive start as well. Clark takes a jumper, creates some space for himself, and it's in and out, collected by Horde, who will give it a second bite, and it will go. Good hustle off the glass there from Jalen Horde. Now Jones, Larkin makes a move, but he's covered by Clark, so it'll go instead to Weiler Bab. Weiler Bab takes it on over Platt, and that'll rim out. Collected by Clark, who's having a busy opening session here and draws the foul of Cordinier. I didn't see an awful lot of Jimmy Clark in the EuroLeague last season. Had a handful of games. But Maccabi Tel Aviv think there's a big upside from a guy who was in such a small college in the United States. Most people have never heard of it. Nice pass and a big miss from Jalen Horde. Nothing wrong with the pass, but Horde couldn't convert. And Weiler-Babb will look to make them pay. Osmani, Larkin back to Osmani. Osmani drills it. Jones lurking with intent in the paint. Well, I think if you give Kai Jones that kind of space, he is going to punish you. Veteran of over 100 games in the NBA, and with the team just a couple of weeks. As I said, it's still a case of getting to know you for so many of these squads. Here's Black. Black working the crossovers. Horde takes on a long two, and well, he might have missed the previous one, but he's just sunk a much tougher shot there, Jalen Horde, which is typical of Horde. He's got terrific range. Coming up to 4 minutes played, 11-9 is the score. Larkin looking to do something about that. Hello, space here for Cordinier. Wing three won't go. Good hustle there from Sorkin, but it's kept alive by Osmani under pressure. Back to Larkin it will go. Foul Clark on Larkin. Weiler-Babb with the inbound. Larkin will give it back to him. Blatt's over there. Nice pass into the corner where Cordinier will take it on and draw the foul off O'Shea Brissett as well. Good energy about Anadolu Efes Istanbul through these first few minutes. Lovely drive to the rim. Lovely look off there as well. And Cordinier, an Olympic silver medalist from last year, will look to tack on the and one here. Euro Cup winner with Virtus Bologna, of course, part of that squad that went up in 2022. He too makes no mistake with the and one, and Efes with a 5-point lead now. Cordinier with 5 points as well. Blatt fancies this. Won't go. Jones will collect. It was an ambitious one. He had space, but it was a tough one to make. Now here's Weiler-Babb. Weiler-Babb feeds Jones inside, gets in front of Sorkin, but can't pull the trigger. Osmani can, and that's in and out. Sent back brilliantly there by Cordinier. Another big offensive rebound sent back to Weiler-Babb from Larkin. Horde makes sure there's no shot. That's well defended. Osmani takes on Sorkin here, tries the spin move. Sorkin won't give him much, and it'll still go anyway. I mean, that was really well defended. But Ercan Osmani said, well, I don't care how well defended that is. He takes it beautifully off the rim. Midway through this first quarter of this new season then. There's Brissett getting physical. Looking around to say, is there a call there on the other number 10? And Cordinier not penalised, but Brissett will have to settle for the 2 instead. Take Maccabi into double figures. Here's Weiler-Babb. Well, that's well defended. Black right in the middle of it all, just would not give up on that at all. And what can they do off the turnover? Here they go in transition. Horde, nothing doing there. Jones, all 2 meters 13 of him to 11. I should have given an extra couple of centimeters there, didn't I? Sorkin drives through, draws the foul. Shane Larkin says, I know. That's on me. I said earlier, not the guy you want to send to the stripe. Like Sorkin had one thing in his mind there, take it to the house. Good start to this game, isn't it? Timeout on the floor. Anadolu Efes Istanbul 16, Maccabi Tel Aviv 11.
People there is shouting and screaming. The emotions were overwhelming. We cannot explain it.
You can explain with words.
Undescribable. You have to be there to understand.
EuroLeague ID and you can win Final Four tickets. You know what to do. Scan that QR code. Go right ahead. I don't think anybody who has travelled in Europe, I can't think of an average atmosphere at a EuroLeague game. Every house is rocking. And this one, of course, is relatively quiet because it's in neutral territory in Montenegro. It really is an experience to savour if you get an opportunity anywhere. Roman Sorkin now will be looking to experience the opportunity to attempt a second free throw of the game. Looking around for personnel changes, can't see any. Sorkin then composing himself and doing the rest. It's very often the case that the bigger the guys, the more of an adventure on the wild side it is from the stripe, but not for Roman Sorkin. He's money from the line. And his 2 for 2 makes it a 3-point game again. Efes starting fast and always had the lead, but Maccabi have stayed with them and kept in touch. Osmani sends it back. We've got a foul there on Larkin, who looked a little bit perplexed. I'm not sure he necessarily agrees with the call, but he certainly picked on one of the big fellas in O'Shea Brissett. Here's Clark. Blatt sends it down to the Canadian Brissett. Brissett trying to work Cordinier, who just made a real nuisance of himself. Jones swats it away. And I think immediately thought, oh, I should have just contained that. We'd have had possession, but it's a second bite at it for the visiting team. Sorkin gives it back to Blatt. Oh, lovely, lovely pass. Sorkin for 3, rims out. Horde's there to pick up another offensive rebound. There's a couple he's had already. And it'll go back to Brissett. Brissett can't get it through to Horde, but he can find Blatt, who goes for a long jumper. That's not going to go. Great hustle again. That was Jimmy Clark. Clark finds himself in the corner. Clark had no business winning that tip. Clark with the feed. Sorkin. Yeah, that'll drop. Efes admiring the hustle. But I think the Maccabi coaching staff would have admired the hustle of Jimmy Clark there. Sorkin continues to work away. He's now 2 for 2 from the field, 7 points in total, making it a 1-point game. We do now have changes with Jordan Lloyd and Georgios Papagiannis coming in. Osmani and Larkin out. No changes for Maccabi. Here's big Georgios. Jordan Lloyd, Papagiannis. Well, that's, yeah. Papagiannis against Jimmy Clark? I don't think so. 221 against 1.90 m. Forget about it. Well, at the other end, Osmani all over Roman Sorkin, who seems to be everywhere at the moment for Maccabi. Sorkin actually wanted the big one, not getting it, but he will get another trip to the line. Said it before, worth repeating. There's players you're happily sending to the line, then there's other guys you might as well give up the points. Sorkin is in the latter category. 3 for 3. Can he keep his streak going? That one was never in doubt. And Sorkin, 5 for 5, moves to 9 points. His PIR already in double figures with nearly 3 minutes left of the first quarter, as Will Raymond, a defensive specialist, will check in for O'Shea Brissett. Jeff Doughton also on for Tamir Blatt. And a double switch up there for Oded Katash. And Sorkin will now sit down as well. as we welcome Marcio Santos, the young Brazilian, to the EuroLeague as well. Saw him playing for Ratio Farm Ulm in the Euro Cup last year. A big man with a ton of range, shot threes from seemingly anywhere in the Euro Cup competition. Still, 1-point game here. Efes in the lead, while Bab. Papagiannis, who's got range, but not on that occasion, well short. He's one of those useful three-point shooters, Georgios Papagiannis, but that one definitely needed a bit of fine-tuning on the radar. So a chance for Maccabi to take the lead for the first time here, if they can score on this possession. Here's Jeff Doughton from the University of Rhode Island, and he had Jordan Lloyd all over him, and Doughton it is that is penalised. Or was it Big Marcio? Yeah, they've actually called the big Brazilian. Yeah, it's Santos. I thought it was, looking at that replay. Marcio Santos with the offensive foul. Osmani back to Weiler Bab. Those two have been on the floor all game, as has Courtinier. Courtinier thought about the step back. Oof, Papagiannis just took out Marcio there, and really good hustle there as they double teamed him. Raymond, who's a really snappy little defensive player, is always in your face. That's his game. Yeah, just look how physical it was there as Marcio just clatters into the back of Papagiannis. He goes flying. They'll keep possession here. Osmani, not much space to work with, but banks it in with a very tight angle to get there. Ercan Osmani continuing to work effectively. 3 for 3 from the field. Horde. Here goes Walker. Nothing doing there. Raymond can't pick up the offensive rebound either. So Walker, on his first appearance of the night in his first shift, misses out. And it'll be another new EuroLeague face. UCLA's TJ Leaf checks in for Jalen Horde. Still just those two changes for Anadolu Efes Istanbul. Lloyd and Papagiannis in. Osmani won't get away with that. Right in front of the referee. It's another little welcome to the EuroLeague moment, isn't it? There you go. There's Mali once of Darussafaka. Went across town back in 2023. He manages to fluff his lines on that one. It's the first missed free throw of the evening. Make sure with the second one, though. 4-point lead restored here. Minute and a half to go. Just under in this first quarter. Doughton. Back to Leaf, to Marcio Santos. Walker. Marcio will have a look at this, and he's got a lot of range. Now that rimmed out, but it's a very, very nice bounce for Walker, and he can't get it either. And are they going to pick up the offensive rebound? They are, with Raymond, who recycles it back to Walker. Walker all the way down the baseline, gets it back to Doughton. Well, it's the third bite at it. Can they turn it into points? Doughton, no, he won't drop it either. Missed opportunities there. Shemus Hazer says, look, let's just slow this down. The one-time Fenerbahce man collecting the rebound and then just saying, right, let's draw breath here. Missed opportunities there for Maccabi inside the final minute of this first quarter. That's sent back by Lloyd to Hazer. Clock's ticking. Osmani has to take it on. Papagiannis will pick up an offensive rebound. That's a phrase you will hear many, many times this season. Hazer might fancy this himself. Instead, he's run himself straight into Marcio, which wasn't smart. I tell you, if Marcio's hit the deck a couple of times already on his first ever EuroLeague shift. So instead of looking at a 6-point lead and trying to play a bit of defense to hold it, there's a chance here that Anadolu Efes might allow Maccabi to pull to within a possession. John Di Bartolomeo, the skipper, will make his first appearance of the new season. Doubting. Got to make a move here. Lloyd's not letting him make a move. He'll flip it. That's nicely done. Really good clock management there as well from Jeff Downton to bring an end to this opening session. And it is indeed a very expensive offensive foul, because instead of a 6-point lead, Anadolu Efes Istanbul looking at a 2-point lead, but they have led from the get-go. Plenty of positives for both teams to take out of that opening 10 minutes. That's our story at the end of one. Anadolu Efes Istanbul 21, Maccabi Rapid Tel Aviv 19. Quick look at the numbers then. Very, very solid shooting up close. Not so good from range, where Maccabi find themselves 0 for 6 and Efes 1 for 7. Plenty of offensive rebounds around. But it's the efficiency of the shooting. Efes 8 of 9 inside. Osmani, Jones, Papagiannis all having some success as well. I think the individual honours will go to Roman Sorkin. We will await confirmation of that. Well, it's all about fantasy as well this season. Get involved. It's a lot of fun. Again, you know what to do. Just scan that code, follow the instructions. This season, look how many people have, for some unfathomable reason, gone for Sasha Vezenkov. I can't imagine why. But lots of little gems to be found in EuroLeague fantasy. Anyone who's on Roman Sorkin right now is probably feeling pretty happy with life. Vezenkov winning the captaincy percentage battle pretty much single-handedly. Kendrick Nunn, the only other player offering any kind of rivalry to him there. I think Vezenkov is about as easy a pick in a fantasy competition as you can possibly have. So 1 down, 3 to go. Yeah, that is no surprise. Roman Sorkin with 9 points, picked up a rebound and a PIR of 13 in a very impressive opening quarter to the new campaign. Sorkin will sit down. Cole Swider is on for his EuroLeague debut for Anadolu Efes Istanbul, along with Erkan Yilmaz on the floor as well. That's beautiful. Oh, ho, ho. The new boys combining brilliantly there. Doubt into Leaf, and it was never in doubt, was it? Well, I tell you, that alley-oop, the timing on that from a couple of new guys, and a foul as well. Leaf with a chance to give Maccabi their first lead of this game. Takes it. The one-time Indiana pacer. Well, back at the other end, they try to get it through to Hazer. The outlet pass did not get through. So Maccabi looking to make some things happen. Di Bartolomeo. Back it goes. Walker. Walker will send it out. Doubted was left on his own, but Lloyd got over there quickly. Real pace to this as Di Bartolomeo drains a big 2 as well. It's explosive start to this second quarter from Maccabi. Really up the energy levels. As I say, that offensive foul right at the end of the first quarter has proved to be a bit of a turning point as that rims out, recycled back. And again won't go. Di Bartolomeo collects, all getting physical there with Papagiannis and Santos. They're really trying to give the young Brazilian a bit of a going over here physically. Di Bartolomeo drawing that foul. Oh, here he goes again. I tell you, Doughton is bringing some energy. Leaf sent it back. Marcio is all on his own. Didn't take it on. Will intend to take the flipper on and will not be able to pick up his own offensive rebound. Brilliantly done. Sent back beautifully. Di Bartolomeo with a brilliant tip to the Brazilian. And Marcio Santos says, thank you very much. This is a terrific start. That's the job done by Di Bartolomeo there to turn what looked like a broken possession into 2 points. And Marcio, the young Brazilian, opens his account for the evening. And Maccabi jump out to make that a 26-21 lead.
We play now. First of all, we play double threes. Double threes, 255. Up to time to switch ball, 12 hours to game. Then, we play chess. No, not later. ATO, we play chess. Yep. Oh, DJ. Yes, sir. DJ get the ball and you get handoff. DJ, after the handoff, go for the lob. Oh, yeah, chess? Yeah, yes, and the corners lift up all the way, lift up. And we have that. If not, we have... Hey, we need to stop. We need to stop first. Maccabi!
We go back to the end of that first quarter then, and Seamus Hazer, what looked like an innocuous but unnecessary offensive foul called against him when Anadolu Efes Istanbul were up 21-17 and looking to go 23-17 in the last few seconds. That offensive foul changed that. Since then, Maccabi not only scored a bucket right on the buzzer from Doughton, and have since then just added 7 points without reply to start this second quarter. So not at all surprised Igor Kokoskov called a timeout there. Got to reboot this team. Hazer, 9 points without reply. Let's see if they can end that streak on this possession here. Lloyd. Clock is ticking here. Hazer may have to take this himself and coughs it up. Di Bartolomeo there again. Fast break is on. Leaf with the feed, but it won't go. And again, they'll pick it up. That's Lonnie Walker having a look from a long way out. That's an important attempt from Papagiannis. Leaf was in there with him. And it's an expensive foul. There's Papagiannis all the way. Leaf fighting for it. And then saying, really? Swider will sit down for the very experienced Latvian Roland Smits, once of Barcelona, once of Žalgiris. A veteran of over 200 EuroLeague games now. Some player to bring off the bench that. Hazer, once of Fenerbahce. Larkin, that's great hustle there from Marcio, but he gets no luck at all. It ends up with Larkin having a go and an offensive rebound that won't go from Hazer, and Papagiannis again will collect the offensive rebound. Smits looking for Hazer, almost coughed it up. They get away with one there. Again, it's Walker bringing the hustle. Tell you, Maccabi playing this second quarter with high energy. They're unlucky there as well. Always worth keeping a little count of Georgios Papagiannis' offensive rebounds. Is up to 4 already. You see some personnel changes here with Walker and Leaf checking out. Brissett Horde back in. Larkin using all that pace of his, and yeah. And so Shea Brissett saying, oh yeah, I heard he was quick. Didn't know he was that quick. Doughton. And Efes finally get their second quarter up and running. Here's Brissett. Back to Marcio. Brissett will have a look for a tough one here. Very tough one to make. Oh, brilliant from Di Bartolomeo. Then not so brilliant. Straight to Hazer. Always gets his steals to Di Bartolomeo, and that's a loose one from Hazer. Larkin can't bring it in. It's not with an avalanche of turnovers, but there's been a couple of silly ones here that Igor Kokoskov will be annoyed about. 6 now, and yeah, I think Hazer's hearing about that one. Yes, that was his 3rd turnover of those 6. Is doubting. Impressed with what we've seen of him so far. Di Bartolomeo. Sorkin looking for the screen. Di Bartolomeo in and out. Papagiannis collects. Big fella already with 6 rebounds. Smits runs into the double team, sends it back. Larkin back to Smits. Di Bartolomeo catches him. So the bucket won't count. Larkin with the inbound. While Bab will give it back to him. The 2-time champion will send it back. Smits will have a look, was looking to try and draw a foul there, and driving in was Weiler Bam, but again they hold firm defensively. Well defended there, Maccabi. Doughton finds Clark. Clark with an ambitious feed to Sorkin, and he found himself on the wrong side there, Cordinier. The Olympic silver medalist will be assessed. Jones will replace Papagiannis. Sorkin to Clark. Clark will take it on, and yeah, beautifully done. I tell you, Jimmy Clark draws the foul as well with the floater. Drew a crowd of 3. It was almost inevitable that somebody would contact him. And it'll be Jones for that little shove there. Jimmy Clark with his first points of the new season, and he can tack another one on right here. Shooting well from the stripe. Maccabi 7 out of 7. Sorkin, of course, getting the bulk of those. Weiler Bab. Larkin. Sorkin's on him. A lovely, lovely pull up there. But again, he's miscued. Brissett managed to get that just in front of the predatory Weiler Bab. And swatted away by Kai Jones, who wasn't having any of that nonsense from Jimmy Clark. Big block from Jones. His first EuroLeague block. Got a feeling it is not going to be his last. Smits picks up the loose change, and it still won't go. Cordinier wondering how he didn't manage to deposit that one. So it remains a 6-point lead here for Maccabi, and a chance to add to that here. Doughton. Sorkin will give it back to him. Lovely feed, but Brissett can't pull the trigger. Oh, incoming, and see you later, says Jimmy Clark. Whoa, some past that. And the finish to match. 6 points, the lead. I tell you, Weiler Bab almost had his pocket pick there. Nice inside feed to Jones from... Oh, now that's going to get called. That's a big one. That's a big one. Don't get away in this league with Shea Brissett. So the unsportsmanlike call on the Canadian. Yeah, a chance to have a look at the Kai Jones free throw game. Not much wrong with those two, was there? So that trims the deficit down to 6, and possession off the unsportsmanlike as well. Weiler-Babb. Get through to Larkin. They've kept him pretty quiet up to now, Larkin. Just the 2 points, but he's doubled that effortlessly with that bank shot. That is the thing with Shane Larkin, of course. Keeping him quiet is one thing for a spell. Keeping him quiet for a whole game, not so easy. Oh, Jalen Hord's been left on his own. Whoa! Now that's a big breakdown defensively, and you can't do that with Jalen Hord. He knocks down a triple. It's Maccabi's first of the night. They go 1 for 9. Three-point shooting has been pretty grim. Efes 1 for 11. The inside stuff's been much more effective. Weiler-Babb. Osmani looking at Sorkin. Creates some separation, but that's all he creates. And Tamir Black pounces on that. Bring it away. Maccabi. Turning the second quarter into their kind of game, it's really been a strong defensive effort from them. Jones will pick up the rebound off a whistle as well as Clark with a swing and a miss, and Brissett might be getting a bit of a talking to here. Well, they saw that as well. Well, that's one thing when you're new to this league. You've just got to be aware of what the officials are looking for and what they're calling, and Brissett has got himself in a bit of trouble early here. That's 3 fouls, including that big one. This is Marnie. Back to Weiler-Babb. Weiler-Babb looking at Brissett, who has to be careful, of course. Osmani, yeah, beautifully done. Here comes Blatt. Not with the strongest half for Tamir Blatt. He'll be assessed for a turnover there. That pass was never on. It remains 27-34 here as Brissett would check out. Lively debut from him. It's a little bit too lively as far as the officials are concerned. Larkin here. Oh, what about that? Jimmy Clark now looking to the officials to say, well, what did I do? Against that quick burst from Shane Larkin. Not many do it better. Larkin from the stripe. You'd fancy him, wouldn't you? Well, that's why. 4-point game then. Maccabi still leading. Well, it's been a strong second quarter for them with less than 3 to play first half. Doubting gives it back to Blatt, who's got a clean look at this but won't get it. Recycled back, really good hustle there from Jalen Hord. Black gets it again. Doughton checks, floats, converts. 3 offensive rebounds now for Jalen Hord. Larkin seeing a lot of possession. The longer this second quarter has gone on, Hord's trying to stay with him. That's going to end up with Osmani in the corner. Doughton is there to make a nuisance of himself, and he too will hear a whistle against him. It's interesting, it's the new guys, Brissett, Leaf, Doughton, that are getting the whistles against them. Osmani did miss one earlier. Wasn't going to miss that one. Uros Trifunovic on the floor as well for Maccabi, as scruffy as you like, but they all count. From Osmani, 4-point game once again. Here's Doughtin, 4-year NBA veteran with a bunch of teams. Can he get that through? He can. Horde takes a step back and just nails it. Just nails it. Had time, but also had the presence of mind just to drag that foot back to make sure of the three. Larkin bursts through a gap and then misses. And I'll tell you, Horde could have just he didn't know what was behind him. Had an easy rebound there, Jalen Horde. But if in doubt, get it out. Bit of a gift that for Igor Kokoskov. Unexpected miss there from Larkin. He will have the inbound here. Oof. Jones will pick up the first turnover of his EuroLeague career. 7 points is the difference. Hello, Trifunovic with space. Can't convert. Jones picks up the rebound. Lloyd takes the jumper, and how easy was that? It's only his second attempt at a field goal all night, Jordan Lloyd, the one-time Maccabi man. And he made that look ridiculously easy. And we got ourselves a timeout as Maccabi with a 5-point lead here.
Defensively. Hey, if you set play, just stack black. Stack black, we have a both of them. You're out. Stack black. Stack black. Let's see, Schmitz, whoever's got a mouse. We still have a Jordan, you're gonna veto. See, I like you on the screen, now look inside. Early attack. This smart with the ball. Come on, hey, stay together. Stay together. Stick together. Stick together. Good, brother.
Trifunovic shoved out there, but no, he wasn't. He wasn't shoved out. The pressure applied intelligently. Doughtin is forced out. Well, Lloyd was one of that double team. Really brought the press there, didn't they? Here comes the jumper, and nothing doing Lloyd, but the clean-up man is Roland Smits. And that lead now with 1:20 to go. Trim to 3. Doughtin to Blatt. Blatt sends it back out to Horde. Horde with the spin move to try and get away from Cordinier, who wasn't going anywhere. It'll end up with Doughtin. Nice little move there from Doughtin to create the opening, and he strings a beauty. An absolute beauty there from Doughtin. And a lovely little shift there to create the separation. Inside the final minute of what's been a terrific first half. Here's Lloyd keeping possession. I'll tell you, you saw the hands snapping in there. They were looking for steals. Blatt back to Horde. With the bounce pass inside was cut out there by Lloyd. He was looking for that pass to Horde, and Lloyd had it covered. Doughtin will get it back to Blatt. Clock's ticking. Blatt with the pass. Got to go quickly, and cool as you like is Uros Trifunovic, the one-time partisan man. Last few seconds then. Larkin just wants to chew the clock up here to make sure there's nothing on the back end for Maccabi to work with. Larkin takes it on his own and does what Shane Larkin does. Well, an eventful first half, wasn't it? Roman Sorkin bossed the first quarter when it was Maccabi who had the better of the second quarter overall. But there's been very, very little between these two. And Shane Larkin doing Shane Larkin type stuff right on the buzzer there to take himself to 9 first half points, and that is the score we are looking at the midway point of this one. Anadolu Efes Istanbul 40, Maccabi Rapid Tel Aviv 44. Well, we'll hope to get some reaction from the floor. But, a couple down there. Hopefully we got Jalen Horde. Yeah, I think we have.
To do on defense differently to keep the momentum going on the second half?
I think we have to do a better job. Overall, just understanding tendencies, knowing what guys like to do, and kind of taking that away because we've been letting them get to what they want on the offensive end.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, that's the reaction from Maccabi. We've got one of the EuroLeague debutants coming up for Anadolu Efes Istanbul, and it was an eventful first half for Kai Jones.
Other than not getting into fouling problems and, of course, being productive on rebounding and scoring, what you have to do on the second half?
We just have to rebound, play really good on defense, and, you know, make sure that they're taking tough contested shots and giving it our all, taking care of the basketball, too, no turnovers.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, all setting up a fascinating second half, this, isn't it? Anadolu Efes certainly starting the stronger, but Maccabi with a very good second quarter as well. But there's been so little between these two teams at any point as we draw the comparison there. Three-point shooting has been grim all round, with the exception of Jalen Horde, who's had 2 attempts and converted both of them. But in total, in that first half, only 4 of 26 3-pointers have been successful. And that says a lot.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad Beyond Borders, Experience Abu Dhabi, Motorola, and BKT.
As the biggest ever EuroLeague season gets underway, clubs have been stacking their rosters like never before. It's been a busy offseason for all, and with more moves still to come, here's a quick look at some of the headline roster changes this summer. Champions Fenerbahce haven't wasted any time by adding to their ranks. After triumph in Abu Dhabi, Fener will be looking to repeat their championship success as they welcome Brandon Boston from across the Atlantic. Coach Saras Jasikaevicius will hope that he's the key to another EuroLeague title. EuroLeague newcomers Dubai have been very busy ahead of their first season. Janan Musa, Filip Petruzev, Justin Anderson, and many more show that Dubai are ready to go toe-to-toe with Europe's finest. Vasily Micic ended speculation on his comeback to the EuroLeague as he landed with Eurocup champions Hapoel. Could they match Paris basketball success from last year? Runners-up Monaco boosted their roster with Nikola Mirotic, while Chime Moneke will be starring for Crvena Zvezda this season. Marko Guduric has left champions Fener to celebrate Milan's 90th anniversary season. And all EuroLeague first-teamer Carson Edwards says bye-bye to Bayern as he links up with Virtus Bologna. Efes have announced their playoff intentions with a flurry of big-name moves. Defensive Player of the Year Nick Weiler-Bob joins Jordan Lloyd and Isaiah Cordinier in their new look backcourt, while Georgios Papagiannis will look to dominate the paint in Istanbul. Former Paris guard TJ Shorts will be lining up alongside last season's top scorer Kendrick Nunn, as Panathinaikos aim to lift the EuroLeague trophy on home soil come May, and Theo Maledon becomes the latest Galactico to don the famous white jersey as Real seek a return to the Final Four. The next 38 rounds will show which moves mean the most, who will rise and who will fall, and which team will ultimately be crowned the 2026 EuroLeague champions.
FC Barcelona have put the continent on notice with some statement signings. Toko Shengelia and Will Clyburn arrive in Catalonia to link up once again at a third different club.
Can't get rid of the guy. No, he's amazing, to be honest, to have him not only as a teammate, but as a friend.
You know what, when the rumors came out about him, he threatened me and said, listen, I don't want to hear from anyone else if you decide to go to Barcelona as well. So I made sure that when it did come up, I told him immediately.
We spoke and we were both excited. I shared how I was feeling, what was my vision and everything, and then I told him that it would be great to continue our partnership in Barcelona.
A three ties it. Clyburn to send it to OT!
Actually, we probably live 5 minutes from each other now. I think every year we've been probably within 5 to 10 minutes of each other.
Not just me and him, but our kids, our wives, the whole families are, very close.
My daughter was his son's school tour today, since he just got to the school and just started today. So yeah, it's always good to have family around like that.
It's important for both of us, that, we're together again.
Clyburn battling away, kicks it out. Shengelia for another one, you're kidding me.
And I don't like to talk about, our future. One thing that we want to achieve is to do our best and see how far it can take us.
But I'm gonna just bring what I've been bringing to EuroLeague for all these years I've been here. Posting, shooting, getting to the basket, Swiss Army knife.
If the team is that talented that we have right now and you had the chemistry there, we can really achieve some great things.
Obviously, they made playoffs last year, and I just kind of want to build on that.
I don't want to make any predictions. It doesn't always go well, but we're going to do our best to win this thing.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad Beyond Borders. Experience Abu Dhabi, Motorola, and BKT.
Half-time then at the Maratsa in Podgorica, Montenegro. Let's take a look at the numbers then from that first half, which Maccabi lead by 4. Three-point shooting tonight has been abysmal. Nobody really getting anything going at all apart from Jalen Horde. These are the big moments then from that first half. A lovely feed there for Kai Jones. Took his time before knocking down his first EuroLeague bucket. Off the Larkin dish, Roman Sorkin with that strong first quarter helped himself to 9 points. 5 of them, of course, from the stripe. Jones was finding some space early around the rim. Maccabi made adjustments to start to close down that space a little bit. Off the bench came Jeff Doughton. He's had a strong first half as well. Off the bench for Oded Katash. Dishing out some goodies there for Sorkin. Larkin slow to get his offensive wheels going, but once they came on strong in the second quarter, he was very impressive. Jones with the knockdown there to deny Clark, and Larkin seeing an awful lot of the ball with an absolute beauty there. The last word of that first half to make this a 4-point game. Well, it's Sorkin still leading the way in terms of PIR, despite not adding to his 9 points from the first quarter. Jalen Horde is the only player in double figures thus far. And of course, offensive rebounds, well, Papagiannis, you know, is going to have a bunch of them, but Jalen Horde chipping in with 3 offensive rebounds himself already, and just the 1 block, which we saw earlier from Kai Jones. Well, this is the kind of game that you think, well, it could be won and lost in the locker room at half-time. Who can make the adjustments and the tweaks necessary for victory here? Because there's been so little. I think the biggest lead of the night we've seen is 7 here, with Efes leading for all of the first quarter, and then Maccabi overtaking them very quickly. The second half is going to be big. Here's Igor Kokoskov.
The 3-pointers, I would like to underline 8%. Other than improving the 3-pointers, limiting the turnovers, being better on the defensive side, what you have to do on the game plan?
Yeah, we have to rebound better. We have about 12 offensive rebounds. We have to, I think, you know, we have to play hard. We do play hard, but we have to be smarter. I think a little bit tired, but we still have to complete a play. We have to rebound the ball. 12 offensive rebounds, way too many. The second chance points, and that's the main thing. We have to play faster, much faster than we played in the first half.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Well, here's the team stats then from that first half from Anadolu Efes Istanbul. As I say, the 3-point shooting not even at the party here so far, is it? 12 offensive rebounds. Giannis leading the way with 4. Cordinier has a couple as well. But that's an area that you heard, just rebounding in general. Coach Kokoskov wants to see an improvement, and they had those early turnovers, cleaned up their act in the second half, but still 7 turnovers against just 4 for Maccabi in that first half. They played a pretty clean half. Can they maintain that level of energy in the second half is one big question. Remember, home court advantage not really a factor here, with Anadolu Efes having to come to Montenegro to play this game. And they'll also play their next game against Hapoel later this week. So that could be one of the imponderables. Who's got the better legs going into the fourth quarter? Here's Oded Katash.
Coach, your team stepped up, especially on the second quarter. So how do you have to keep this momentum with you guys, and obviously with a better rebounding for the both sides?
Yeah, I mean, defensively we need to control the rebound and to cut their cheap points, obviously, to play more of a team defense. Offensively we have to stay solid and keep our good spacing.
Thank you.
A lot to like there for Odin Katash in that second quarter in particular. As I say, field 3-point stuff, forget all about it, but a solid 14 of 22 inside, converting all their free throws as well. And a big thing, just the 4 turnovers, especially when you're the visiting team. The more you can limit those turnovers, the better your chances will be. Couple of guys got to keep an eye on a bit of foul trouble for Maccabi. He doesn't, John Di Bartolomeo. Didn't see an awful lot of him in the first half. Played around 3 to 4 minutes. He'll be fresh going into the second half. Clark showed some glimpses of what Maccabi are hoping for from him this season. So got a very interesting story, this fella. Played at a very, very low level in collegiate ball in the United States. It really went under the radar. Just got picked up in the Israeli league by Maccabi last season. Ford, of course, had a much higher profile. He got the best performance of the second quarter, courtesy of those 2 threes as much as anything. His PIR currently just behind Sorkin's on 14. Nobody more than 8. And, the guys in blue and white stripes. Still an awful lot to happen here. times you have to keep an eye on Shane Larkin. Let him cut loose, it's usually game over. Blatt was pretty quiet in that first half as well. 4 assists, no points. What will the second half bring? That's anybody's guess. It'll be Maccabi with the first possession of this second half, with Horde, Clark, Sorkin, Will Raymond and Blatt on the floor, facing Larkin, Weiler, Babb, Cordinier, Osmani and Jones. And there's a turnover right off the get-go, but I tell you, that was a big recovery there under pressure from Clark, as Osmani wasn't expecting that. Rather got away with one there. Horde is in trouble. Drew the attention of Nick Weiler-Babb. There weren't too many options for him here. That was as good as it was going to get. So foul number 2 against Weiler-Babb. First trip to the line tonight for Horde. Don't forget they are 7 of 7. Maccabi make that 8 of 8. And the streak ends there. Really good hustle there from Raymond to tip that back. And Jones, physical on Sorkin. It was a typical Will Raymond play there. He's a real grinder type. Very defensive. Again, not a guy who shows up in the stats, but makes contributions like that one. Nice pass back from Clark to Sorkin. Sorkin unlikely to pull the trigger from there, and that was risky from Blatt, and he gets away with it at the second attempt, and Sorkin can't get it. That's a surprising miss from Sorkin right under the rim there, and Jones will collect and give it to Cordinier. That's a let-off for Anadolu Efes Istanbul. Cordinier will get it back here from Jones, and will try and tack through Raymond. And we'll end up with Weiler-Babb, who's in space, and finally something drops. Haven't seen too many nice triples, but that's Weiler-Babb's second of the night. Here's Clark. Seam was opened up for him. That was tough. Really well defended there by Osmani. And the fast break is on, and Larkin. Well, he almost got there, didn't he? Almost. The bucket will stand. Sorkin so close. And that lead gone. Blatt, Clark, Sorkin. Sorkin gets it again here. Osmani's on him straight away, and Sorkin this time more efficient. Move himself into double figures alongside Jalen Horde on 11 points. Shane Larkin also on 11 points. Osmani didn't quite get the handle there, did he? That's a lovely improvised pass. Nice movement. Cordinier looking to finish the job, and not going to do it that way, and not even going to get possession. Yeah, it kind of sums up Anadolu Efes throughout this game, really, that possession. You know, lots of nice passing, but no end product at all. Tamir Blatt with plenty of end product, with nobody within about 3 meters of him, says, well, if you're not going to cover me, I'm going to have a go here. And Tamir Blatt opens his account for the night with a beauty of a 3. The lead back up to 5. Larkin can't get that one through. We'll have to start again, and can't hang around now. That's again really good hustle, knocked up by Clark, who will take. Oh, he's missed it. Oh my goodness, that's the highlight reel play right there, and he's blown it. Well, Jimmy Clark did all the good stuff and then just forgot to take care of things at the business end. Sorkin with no other option there. Weiler-Babb back to Jones. Larkin. Nice feed, while Abab with a beauty of a pass to Cordigny. That's a super pass, that really was. Yeah. Get a round of applause from the bench for that one. You know you've done something right. Horde to Blatt. Back it goes to Jalen Horde. Horde will pot shot, and that's not going to go. Raymond is there to recycle it back out again. Clark is out of luck again. Raymond can't get it. Clark will get it. Blatt sends it back. Sorkin thought about it, sent it to Blatt instead. Clark will drive. Still plenty of time. Can't pull the trigger. Goes back to Blatt. Not much time now. Blatt has to take a tough one on, and it won't go. Well defended. Jones manages to secure that as well. And Anadolu Efes Istanbul hold firm under pressure. Larkin comes back. Osmani. Cordigny. Cordigny drives past Raymond, who stuck to the task really well and did enough to put him off. Blatt will draw an easy foul there off Weiler Bab. We're seeing an intense start to this second half as well. Both defenses really showing their teeth. Weiler Bab will move to 3 fouls, which means some personnel changes for Igor Kokoskov. It will be Jones out for Smits, while the Bab will stay on. Blatt. Raymond gets it here. That won't go. While the Bab will collect. Finds Smits. Cordigny. Nobody bought the fake, so it'll go back to Weiler Bab. Osmani making a nuisance of himself is open. Does the lane open up for him? You bet it does, but there's a big old push there. As Jimmy Clark hits the deck, and he's looking up and saying, well, where's my foul? And guess what? Not getting it. Osmani joins the 11-point club. That's 4 of them. And he can break that 4-way tie, having drawn the foul. And the top scorer of the night is now officially Etchen Osmani. One-time Dara Shafaka man ties the game up with his 12th point of the night. 50-50 here. Coming up to halfway through this quarter. That's a pass from Tamir Blatt. Saw a few of those last season, didn't we, to Jalen Horde. Looking for the immediate response here. Lovely look off. Osmani, though, back to Larkin it goes. Here's Osmani, will send that out, but Smits wasn't expecting it there. And that's a 10th turnover of the night for Anadolu Efes Istanbul, and 3 in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. Blatt to Horde. Blatt with now 7 assists. That's galloped up all of a sudden out of nowhere, hasn't it? Could be another one here if Sorkin can knock this down. Larkin. Larkin down the baseline, and Sorkin saying, hey, that's on me. It's been called wide right in front of the official there. And he's not at all happy about it. So we'll get ourselves a timeout with Maccabi clinging on precariously to a 2-point lead here, 50-52.
the dribble, the ball is resting on the hand, yeah. So he has the chance to go to the basket, we need to go to active shooting.
This is active shooting foul, we stay with the foul.
Oh, look at that wonderful alley-oop. Black's a horde. Tamir Black's had a strong start to this second half. Jumping up to assist number 7 here. But at the other end, after that review, which didn't go the way Roman Sorkin was hoping it was going to, we're going to see Shane Larkin up the line. And Larkin now the top scorer in the game with 13 as he ties it up with his 3rd out of 3. Nothing to choose between them with 4.5 to play in quarter number 3. Doughty back to Walker, quiet from him so far. Horde looking for somewhere. Smits read that and just stepped in front of it, telegraphed the pass. Smits at the other end says thank you very much. Started and finished by Roland Smits. The steal at one end, the layup at the other. And Anadolu Efes back in front again, just like that. Jordan Lloyd will be called for that one. Marcio back in, the Brazilian. Doubting. Marcio again. Oh, that's a tough way to go, isn't it? I tell you, O'Shea Brissett would just not be denied. The one-time Boston Celtic saying, where's that bucket? No one's stopping me. Roland Smits tried. Roland Smits will be assessed with the foul, so make that an and one. No stopping Brissett there. First trip to the line is not a good one, but he'll pick up his own offensive rebound and then gets knocked down by Smits, who atones for the earlier foul, which didn't cost anything in the end. So let's see who goes in front now. Will it be Anadolu Efes Istanbul on this possession? Lloyd can find Osmani. Osmani can send it back to Jordan Lloyd. That's coughed up. That's a very, very ambitious pass. It's going to be sent the other way. Overcooked by Brissett. The turnovers jumping up now. 11 for Anadolu Efes Istanbul, 7 now for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Larkin finds Cordinier. No one's anywhere near Smits, but he misses. Marcio did get back there to be a nuisance, but Smits will be annoyed with himself at that one. At the other end, here's Doughty. Doughty will send it out to Walker, who's got no one anywhere near him, and he strings a beauty of a 3 to restore the Maccabi lead, his first of the night at the 4th time of asking for the one-time Žalgiris man. Larkin looking to do something about that, falls well short. Brissett will collect that, bring it away. And we're going to get a whistle there. Marcio guilty of the chip there on Cordinier. Super pass that, wasn't it? Doubting. 3 points the difference then. In a game that increasingly looks like it's going to come down to the final possession here. There's been so little between them at any point. Maccabi had a 7-point lead at one point in the second quarter. That's the biggest gap I can remember. Cordinier, the one-time Virtus Bologna man, the Olympic silver medalist. Back to Larkin. Larkin looks for it all, doesn't get any of it. And it'll be picked up by TJ Leaf back off the bench. He'll give it to Walker. Walker will look for Marcio's chip and then get it back to Brissett. And that'll have to go even further back to Doughtin. Doughtin with a nice look off, and Marcio will cleverly draw a foul there. Got a nice mismatch he was looking for with Lloyd. That's one of those you don't even bother arguing about. So the young Brazilian, still just 22, Marcio Santos. Had a very impressive Euro Cup campaign in Germany with Ulm last season. The highlight of which was 44% three-point shooting, which for a big man is hugely impressive. Maccabi sufficiently impressed to take a chance on him running with the big dogs, which he is doing very effectively here. They tried to bully him early on as well, didn't they, Anadolu Efes Istanbul? It didn't work. 5 points, the lead again for the visitors. Hazer to Lloyd. Cordinier, lots of creative players out there. Lloyd will pot shot just like that, says that's how you help to reduce a deficit and making it look ridiculously easy. Cordinier will take the assist, but that was all about Jordan Lloyd's quality, and quality at the other end, no. Papagiannis collects. Hazer runs into a blind alley, has to send it back. Lloyd again. Lloyd fancies more. Lloyd looking for more and not getting it. The outlet pass is on. Could be three coming up here for Doughtin. No, and a very, very hard rebound off the rim. Goes straight to Lloyd. As back come Anadolu Efes looking to tie it up. Osmani, Brissett on him one-on-one, and he almost lost the handle. Cordinier. Osmani played it very, very tight. Never looked like he was comfortable in possession there at all. Real good hustle defensively from Maccabi, and the hustle's coming at the other end with Osmani trying to get that, and he may well have got it. Or will they say that's a jumper? Yes, they will. The fans and, of course, the coaching staff will enjoy the hustle there from Echan Osmani. Well, his pocket picked at one end and came back and looked to just repair the damage, taking on Doughtin. Doughtin at 191, Osmani at 2 meters 13. So we all know who should win this jumper. But timing is everything. Yeah, he did indeed win it, but can they keep it in? Just. Hazer will bring this one away. Great work there from Lloyd to keep that in play at the last few seconds of this third quarter, excuse me, and Jordan Lloyd knocks down another. Back-to-back triples from Jordan Lloyd makes it a 1-point game here in favor of Anadolu Efes Istanbul. Here's Doughtin as Maccabi look to get back in front going into the final 10 minutes here. Doughtin Marcio trying to work the screen and no way through there. It's another turnover and it could be an expensive one as Cordinier drives through. Oh, Marcio with a block right on the buzzer. Wow. Look at this. Cordinier thinks he's got himself a freebie and the Brazilian says, Touch of Brazilian magic there. The big block makes it a one-point game going into the final 10 minutes. Anadolu Efes Istanbul 60, Maccabi Rapid Tel Aviv 59. Well, here's the numbers then through the first 30 minutes of this one. The three-point shooting has gone up a little bit, but it could only go up, couldn't it, after that abysmal first half. And, yeah, the rest of the numbers looking like that. 12-12 in offensive rebounds, and now 22 turnovers. Well, just look at this. It's been one of those games, hasn't it? Nobody has pulled away. All Anadolu Efes in the first quarter, all Maccabi in the second quarter and the third quarter. It's a lead that's been shared, but it wouldn't be at all a surprise to see this one go down to a very, very late possession. Fantasy points tonight looking like this. Will Clyburn. Davis Bertans, after a decade away, coming up with some big numbers as well. Well, if you want to play, you know what to do. There's the QR code. Fill your boots. Nick Weiler-Babb very quietly having a strong third quarter there. 6 points, 3 assists, a couple of steals from the defensive mastermind. Well, we've got a good one brewing here. Slight mishandle there from Papagiannis, so Larkin comes to help him out. Larkin will try and attack it through, sent it back to Smith, who's open for a three, and there it goes. Well, considering these two teams couldn't get anything from beyond the arc, it's been an avalanche of triples second half. Efes now back in front by 4. Doubting. No one anywhere near him. Brissett says, well, I can play that game too. He makes it a one-point game again, O'Shea Brissett. Papagiannis gets it back here from Weiler-Babb. He's got options, one of which is Hazer in the corner. Did somebody get a touch on that? Might possibly. Hazer will get it back and then lose out. Leaf might just have got a tip on that corner 3 attempt there from Hazer. We'd only see that on a replay. As Walker now finds Brissett. Leaf can't get it in front of Weiler-Babb, who wasn't going to be beaten there. They have indeed given Leaf a block on that attempt from Hazer. Here's Roland Smits with the triple. Houghton will pick up another foul. I tell you, some of these EuroLeague rookies on both sides, it has to be said, have proved already they belong here. They're going to be fun to watch. Larkin, anything but a rookie. Quite the opposite. Been in this league forever now. 9th season. Lloyd wants more. Lloyd gets more. Yeah, well, we've got a pause in proceedings here as point priceless here. Doubting for the first time tonight off the technical foul. And those plays just will get picked on every time. Well, how expensive might this moment prove to be? Possession stays with Maccabi. Off the technical, here is Doughton. Back it goes to Sorkin. Sorkin runs into Papagiannis and does enough in front of the big fella. Sorkin absolutely dwarfed by big Georgios Papagiannis at 2:21. He dwarfs pretty much everybody in this competition. Oh, we've got a one-point game again here. Papagiannis with a nice bounce pass, and Roland Smits is popping up as Johnny on the spot a lot in this second half, isn't he? He's another one of those players that always just seems to come in and get a job done. Smits moving to 9 points as Katash now finds himself in the referee's doghouse. Is Clark refreshed off the bench? Let's see what he can do here. With Efes leading by 4. Back it goes to Blatt. Sorkin can't do much with it. Has to try and hang on to it. Got Papagiannis for company, and he wins that duel again. I mean, that's really good play under intense pressure there. Not once, but twice from Roman Sorkin, who goes to 15 points now. Makes it a 2-point game again as Weiler Babb finds Papagiannis. He finds Larkin. Back it goes to Weiler Babb. Played nearly 3 minutes of this final 10. Step back there from Weiler Babb. Beautiful. Where were all these threes in the first half? What's going on? Weiler Babb with his 3rd triple of the night. Anadolu Efes with 7 now. Sorkin doesn't take one on, but he will attack and draw the foul off Papagiannis. The only surprise for me is Papagiannis does not have a block against his name yet tonight. Considering he has 253 for his career. That's a bit of a surprise. Got a 5-point lead for the home side as Roland Smits takes a breather. It's time to dig in now and try and play some defense and keep Lonnie Walker and co quiet. That's a pass. That is a pass, but no end product. But Sorkin's there with the offensive rebound. And once again, Osmani hustling away, just as we saw throughout Eurobasket. A real bit of great hustle there from Osmani. And Weiler Babb attacking the rim. And Jimmy Clark saying, surely not me. Great stuff this from Efes, who are really turning the screws. First at one end, then the other. Clark now moves to 4 fouls. Weiler Babb will look to do a bit more damage here. which he does. Strong game on his debut here for Nick Weiler-Babb. Last year's EuroLeague best defender and steals leader, incidentally. Carrying on where he left off. That goes. Banked and under pressure from Clark. Will take him up to 7 points. Papianis looks for Larkin, finds Larkin. Weiler-Babb will give it back to the two-time EuroLeague champion, who's dancing one way then the other, and it's all getting a little bit chippy here with Jimmy Clark. Not happy about something, and when you're on 4 fouls, you've got to be very careful. But Clark was running into Papianis there and really didn't like it. I think there was a bit of an arm raise there by Papianis. Certainly caught Clark in the face, and yeah, he's close to boiling over, and you probably don't want to be taking him on, even if you're justified. Clark, I think, is going to get an unsportsmanlike and say goodnight, which is a bit of a disappointing end for him. And it's starting to look a little bit like this is getting away from Maccabi in this 4th quarter. We have a timeout with the clock ticking and a 6-point lead for Anadolu Efes Istanbul.
Right there with the ball. Jordan, you're going to be on this side. Hey, run it back. So he goes small. Jay Larkin, see if this is open. Osmani, this is wide. Okay, even if he catches the ball tight, Jay Larkin is coming back. Ball screen. Yes. No, he's coming back. There's a back screen. Osmani's coming for a shot. Yeah. Okay. Hey, listen. Hi there. Yeah, let's do it back. Let's do it back. Hey, Shane, once I pass it in, you're going to go in. If I don't get the shot, don't screen. Just stay. Something's going to be open. Just stay. So, guys, one more time.
Yeah, confirmation then that Jimmy Clark has played his last this evening.
So
if they're going to mount a comeback from 6 points down, they're going to have to do it without him. Papianis also picking up a foul. Not just his second. He'll sit down. Sky Jones will come back in at the 5 spot, and Jean Di Bartolomeo out of luck there. Steals are his speciality. Whatever they do, it's got to be pretty quick here. Well, how about this? Not going to happen, but look at that, Osmani, and then he misses again. Picked up another big offensive rebound, Osmani, his second of the game. But they don't turn it into points, and Black will look to cut that deficit, and does. We still got 5.5 to play here. Maccabi right back in contact again. It's amazing what a difference one play can make in this game. The tiniest things can just shift momentum. Now, can Maccabi make a defensive stand off the back of that big 3? Let's find out as Osmani looks for 3, and it's not going to go. Brissett collects. Black will bring this one away. Black finds Horde. Nice feed for Marcio, and Marcio says, thank you. They left me on my own. I'll take that. 6-point debut for the Brazilian. And it's a one-point game. Just when you thought Maccabi might be starting to run out of steam, they've been completely revitalized since that unsportsmanlike. Larkin with a lovely move. He's got Horde to deal with here, and Horde doing enough to put him off, and that'll be collected by Blatt. Blatt, very physical, wasn't going to be denied. Nice feed. Horde at the other end draws an easy foul. One of the easiest calls you'll see all night for the officials. Osmani, who seems to have been playing defense on just about every possession. I don't think they're going to get that. But momentum shifts again here in this game. Still with 4.5 to go. As Jalen Horde looks to restore the Maccabi lead. Well, they're level. Just another EuroLeague game, isn't it? Anything can happen. Anytime, anywhere, any stage of the season. Pick a winner from here. Maccabi back in front, 4.5 to go. Lloyd. It's what we love about the EuroLeague. It's just that every game has that uncertainty to it, doesn't it? You just never know what's coming next. Osmani has to go back to Cordinier. Cordinier will kick it into the corner for Smits, who knocks down another triple. His second, and Roland Smits, seemingly from nowhere, has jumped up to 12 points. Marcio waits for help. Help comes with Brissett. I don't think that's going to go. Cordinier will collect it. And Tamir Blatt will take some of the stuffing out of Jordan Lloyd there with the foul. Oof. Here's Lloyd. Bartolomeo's on the floor. A lovely pass again, and there he is again, flying through Roland Smits, who's just taking over this game single-handedly at the moment. Larkin with a beautiful dish. Smits jumps up to 14 points. And Smits right now just looks unstoppable. No one anywhere near him as he drove through on that one off that beautiful bounce pass. Smits takes it. Anadolu Efes Istanbul take it in their stride as well to take a 4-point lead going into the closing stages of this one. Timeout.
We run the transition. You set the screen. Right. Samir. Roman release pressure. Then we play pick and roll. Jalen, you cut. Jalen, you cut. You pass the ball to Roman. Roman, you get the ball, it's a wide open shot, you can take it. If not, Amir, you fake hand up, cut. And John, to lift up. You'll be on that side. Maccabi! Sorry, man. Great, John.
Well, let's see what the response is then from Maccabi. With 3.5 to play, just 4 adrift. Sorkin to Blatt, back to Sorkin it goes. Papagiannis on him, and he can't win this battle. Smits at the other end this time, picks up the rebound. And Cordinier slows it all down. Lloyd facing the double team. forced into the turnover. Looking backside there for Larkin. Just couldn't find him. And an awful lot can happen in 3 minutes. Here's Black. A much more influential second half than he did in the first. Here's Walker, and that'll be Smits all day long. A quiet night from the field, Lonnie. Just that one triple. In 5 attempts, has not attempted a two-pointer, has not attempted a free throw, does not have an assist, does have some steals. But they've done a job, Anadolu Efes, of keeping him quiet offensively. Can they keep it that way? Well, yes, they can. Oh, now he's landed heavily here. That's not good news for Lonnie Walker. He's just gone down on the sideline there, and hopefully that's nothing too serious. A heavy landing off that miss. It's the foul at the other end from Brissett. He moves on to 4 fouls. And this is the story, and it's not a story that you want to hear either. But the way he went down, without anyone anywhere near him, it was the landing. And immediately he knew something wasn't right, and he hit the deck and has not moved. Of violence call here.
We have a player who's shooting and he's going back into the coach's box. It's an accidental contact. This is not an act of violence.
Definitely not an act of violence.
He didn't do anything.
Kokoskov has nothing he can do there.
Okay, thank you.
It wasn't the landing, it was actually the contact with Coach. I thought he just landed heavily, didn't see the contact in real time. I saw him go down. Well, that's what the replay is there for. Check anything out. That is very unfortunate. And the last person to be celebrating that, of course, is Igor Kokoskov. It's not what you want to see ever. And hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hard to see Lonnie Walker coming back today. So innocuous, isn't it? Just nothing there. Nothing Coach could do about it. It just doesn't look like anything but going backwards and not being aware of his surroundings. Walker would have had no time to brace himself for that. And as I say, hopefully it's not serious. Meanwhile, lovely foul at the other end. Larkin, who is 4 for 4. That streak ends. Ooh, 0 for 2. Don't get many of those from Larkin. Big let off there for Maccabi. Black brings it away. 2.5 to go here. Over-ambitious. Osmani is back there again. Fast break is on. Smits is there. Smits puts it away despite the best efforts of Sorkin. And Roland Smits is bossing this fourth quarter. He really is. 16 points, top scorer in the game now. Just a bit part player in the first half, but boy has he come on strong. And this is a tough take with Sorkin just flying through. 6 points the lead then as Anadolu Efes Istanbul look to just put away the challenger Maccabi Rapid Tel Aviv.
No, I'm saying keep laughing out of you, we attack laughing. Right? We attack laughing. Keep laughing out of the mill, John will come first and then do the station. We need good, solid, stay solid on offense. We have enough time. We are under. We play now. We can roll situation. We can switch the ball. We love it. We love it. We switch and we next. Be ready. Aggressive. Let's go. Maccabi.
Just get the feeling, don't you, that Maccabi really just need to score on every possession now. They'll force a turnover or two. Black will find Horde. They've kept Horde pretty contained in this second half, and the last thing they needed was a turnover there. As Black and Di Bartolomeo get confused. A 12th turnover. 4 now from Black. Going into the final 2 minutes. It's all about setting the tempo, and they'll slow it right down here. Anadolu Efes Istanbul with Larkin pulling all the strings. They want to chew as much as he can off the clock, just teasing Horde again. Won't pull the trigger. Will set up Lloyd, and Lloyd strings another gem. Lloyd now 4 of 8 from downtown. A 9th triple of the game. However, they couldn't hit anything first half. And this is the biggest lead of the night inside the final minute and a half here. And Maccabi in a world of trouble now. It'll definitely be a foul on Larkin on the very, very hard-working Di Bartolomeo there. First trip to the line tonight for the veteran. The 34-year-old joined this team back in 2017. Yeah, the New York-born John Di Bartolomeo does what he can do, but it's still a 7-point deficit here. They need stands, and then they need offense, and they need it all quickly, because we're coming down to a minute to play here. Down to 112, 110 now. And Efes doing the right thing, chewing up the clock. It's got to go here from Cordinier. Rushed it slightly. Smith can't get that. Horde can, but the clock is Maccabi's biggest enemy now. They chewed up everything off there. Horde has to get that. Can't. And Osmani brings it away again. I don't think Lloyd will be in any hurry to go anywhere. We'll send it back. That will end up somehow with Cordinier. That wasn't planned, but hey, when it's your night, it's your night. And it's certainly looking like Efes' night now. Back it goes to Lloyd. Lots of movement. Cordinier for 3. No. But again, just look at what it did to the clock. They're out of time here, Maccabi. inside the final 20 seconds. Brissett. No. Di Bartolomeo can't get there either, and that is pretty much the end of that. Efes have just outlasted Maccabi here, with a huge contribution, it has to be said, when it really mattered from that man there. Roland Smits stepping up and just bossing this fourth quarter. A 16-point game from the Latvian, and that's going to be enough to get the home side through here. And on his return to the EuroLeague, it's a winning start for Igor Kokoskov, as his side here in Montenegro managed to just see off a very spirited effort from Maccabi and Ode